Hey, this is Ebube Olivia Kwebe, and I'm coming to you live from Kent in the UK. How are you today? I hope you're well and you're good and you're having a very good day. I don't know if you can hear me, you could see me very well, because today I decided to use um, my Zoom to log into my Facebook to do my Facebook Live. So I hope you can see me and you can hear me okay, and there is no echo whatsoever. But in any case, it's good to be back on here. I couldn't do my Facebook Live or my Instagram Live last week, and that was simply because I took a road trip, but I'm back to be on here. So today I'm going to be talking about something. And before I go on there, let me talk about road trips. One thing they do say about life is that, life itself is an adventure. And so it's always good to take out time, to visit places, know places, and just experience life. And I think that's pretty much one of the things that I'm so happy I accomplished last week. Anyway, today's topic is about closing your 2021 really strong and starting your 2022, the year 2022, on a phenomenal level, on a good level. And most importantly, is getting ahead, better and getting ahead well. Of course, I do talk about relationships, finances, and becoming a better you. So today I'm going to be focusing on you, the aspect of you, and how you can actually, use the last 2 months, the last couple of months that we have in the year 2021 to finish strong. I know some people have come to, sort of like around this time of the year, and they look back on their 2021 and they're not quite happy where they are right now, and so on. But what I'm trying to say here is that you don't focus on what you haven't achieved or the things that you haven't done and so on. Your mind and where you should focus on now should be, I've got 2 months left. What can I do for the rest of 2021 to make it good, to make it worthwhile, to make it, a great year indeed. I'm just going to check my audio, so bear with me 1 second. To make it good, to make it worthwhile, to make it, okay. I just want to check my audio, so bear with me 1 second. Okay. I just want to check my audio. Okay, so I think I'm on track. I think I'm doing okay when it comes to the audio, my technicalities. Sometimes we get these things right, sometimes we don't, but it doesn't matter. I'm here now, and I shall carry on. So it's all about getting, making the most of whatever is left in 2021. And I think around this time of the year, you want to pause, you want to review you and your year and how it's been so far. But in the spirit of doing that, in the spirit of kind of like, checking things out and weighing, how has this year been for me? Has it been good? Has it been bad? Has it been whatever? There's certain kinds of what I call it mindsets, that I want you to bear in mind. There's certain ways to be and how to think and how to, go about ending this year in such a way that it becomes really strong, or you finish strong. Basically, if you're just tuning in, I'm talking about having a strong finishing of 2021, stronger, better, and then getting ahead in 2022, getting ahead, and just being in a better place. And of course, the first thing has to do with being a person of gratitude. Look back at your year and you would agree with me that things could have been worse than, whatever results that you have achieved right now. So wherever you are, I want you to, think about just 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that when you look back now on your year, on your 2021, you're like, okay, I may not have accomplished as much as I wanted to, but for these 3 things, I am very, very grateful. But it's not just about gratitude in the now. It's keeping that gratitude always, having that mind, being in that state of gratitude. The more grateful we are, the more things come our way. the more grateful we are, the more we're able to handle and use things that we have in a more better way or better fashion, basically. So it's not just all about, okay, I don't have and I didn't, I didn't accomplish that or I didn't accomplish this, but it's from everything that has happened so far in the year of 2021, what are the things that you're grateful for? One good habit to always get into is like every morning, you can list 3 things, 4 things, 5 things, up to 10 things, if not more, about the things that you're grateful for. Maybe this has to do with your family, you're grateful for your work, you're grateful for your health, you're grateful for your finances, you're grateful for, your friendships and so on. There's so many things that you can look at in your life and be grateful for. So gratitude is a big deal. Gratitude is a big deal. No matter what it is in life, whether you have accomplished or you haven't accomplished, the first thing really is to always be in that state, that mind of gratitude, being very grateful for, the fact that you're alive, the fact that, you're where you are right now. And even though you haven't attained certain things, but you are grateful. So that's the first thing, gratitude. So for you to close 2021 in a strong way, you have to be grateful. You have to be that person who is really, really grateful and, just kind of showing gratitude. And let me tell you something. You cannot finish strong if you're not grateful. If you're not grateful, there's nothing like finishing strong. Gratitude is strength, basically. And that's one perspective I want to share with you, that it's important that you are grateful. It's important that you, you celebrate, whatever it is that you've been able to accomplish. And even for the ones that you have not been able to accomplish, you are still grateful. That's my point number 1. My point number 2 is that it's very important around this time as well to, revisit what we call your vision. So I want you to begin to look at all the areas of your life, especially the areas where you're trying to, accomplish something or achieve a goal or, change and so on. It could be maybe in your finances or maybe in your health or maybe in your relationships, maybe your social life, the way you network, your contacts and so on, and you're looking at expanding that. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever vision or, goal rather you have in your mind, I want you to go back and, begin to revisit your vision. Your vision is very, very important. It's very important that you put that at the forefront of your mind. A lot of people probably started their 2021, maybe with some kind of goals or things that they wanted to accomplish, or hey, somehow throughout the course of the year, it's been lost in one way or the other. This is a very good time to go back to that place, to go back to, the things that you really want to accomplish and just begin to revisit it. Just begin to look at those things again and begin to establish a new vision if you have to, So if you're just tuning in, if you're just joining me, today I'm talking about you, a special person, and that's you. And you would always be special. And one of the things that I'm looking at today is saying that we're approaching the end of the year. We're approaching the end of 2021. And that it's not about what you have accomplished, but it's about being in a place of gratitude. Because the more grateful you are, the more you will be able to accomplish more things going forward. Let's never get into that mindset or state of mind of being ungrateful, ingratitude, where we're kind of thinking, okay, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. Yes, I kind of get that, but we always have to understand that a lot of things in life, we're able to overcome if only we can look at the other side. And the other side is always gratitude. It's always, okay, thank God I've accomplished this, thank God I've accomplished that, and so on. The second thing is relooking or revisiting one's vision. So vision is, what are the things that you want to accomplish? What are the things that you want to do again, maybe in the year 2022, God willing? But whatever it is going back to that place and kind of reestablishing where you want to be. It's very important. It's very important that you get clear on the things that you want to do. My third thing is that it's very important as well that, you begin to tap into what I will call your creativity. Now, this is the difference between human beings and animals. It's the fact that, you know, God has blessed us with what we call our sense, our sixth sense, or whatever you want to call it, our mind, and, you know, the way we can think. You know, we can think, we can create things. Animals can't do that. And so you want to bring your creativity into what you're doing currently at the moment, and asking yourself, what skills, what talents, you know, excuse me, what are the things that I have that I can use in terms of my skills and my, you know, my talents and my abilities that can help me move forward and all of that, you know. So it's looking at these three areas: your gratitude, your vision, and your sense of creativity or your ability, you know, to create, basically, and all of that. But whatever happens, I just want to say that you can finish your year strong. It is possible that you finish your year strong. However, it depends on how you approach it. It depends on, you know, what angle you're coming from. Don't be ungrateful. Be grateful for everything that has happened. You learn those lessons, take those experiences, and forge forward in 2022. But first and foremost, finish 2021 strong. Now, tomorrow is the 4th of November, and I am going to be having what I call a pre-launch of my book. I'm so excited about this. My book is called Balance the Unbalanced Life. And again, it's one of those books that is very inspiring and one that would help you propel you forward. So tomorrow is what I call the pre-launch. I'm not actually doing the launch yet of the book. It's just the pre-launch. Pre-launch is just simply saying I'm making my friends and family and my contacts, my network aware that this book will be coming out to be launched at some point. And so I'm kindly asking that you join me at 7:30 in the evening, tomorrow, the 4th of November, so that I can share, you know, the insights from my book. And I do hope, and I know that, you know, it would help in one way or the other. Now, the flyers are on my story. And if you personally message me, of course, I can always send that to you as well. But this is going to be done by Zoom, via Zoom. So this is my invitation to yourself to attend, to come, to support me, and just to listen, you know, just to listen. And of course, you know, if you're also interested in writing your own book at some point, yes, we can talk about all of that, because most of us do have a story or two to tell, you know, and I'll be happy to show you how, you know, you can do that. But for now, I'm inviting you to come tomorrow via Zoom. So it's not going to be for more than, it's probably going to be for just about an hour, and support me and listen to what I have to say about my book, my upcoming book, Balancing the Unbalanced Life. So this is your invitation, and I hope to see you there. I think I can see Bernard on my Facebook, and Bidayo, hi, how are you guys? I hope you're well and you've had a very good day. I can't really see anyone on my Instagram, but if you guys are there, hello, I hope you're well and you're good. And so let's take the rest of 2021. Let's take it just a little bit, you know, more. I don't want to use the word seriously, but let's understand that there's still some things that we can do and we can achieve in 2 months. You know, the year isn't over, and we shouldn't feel sad about, you know, whatever has happened in this year. But, you know, first of all, be grateful, and then, you know, go strong from there. Go strong with gratitude. Go strong with using your creativity. Go strong with revisiting your vision again. So until next time, my friends, stay well, be well. I'm expecting to see you guys tomorrow, yes, at 7:30. And next week, Wednesday, I'll be here again, God willing, at 6 p.m. Stay well, be well, and take care. Bye.